Graph the following conic section. Be sure to label the center, vertices, the foci, and the asymptotes. So the first thing that we need to know is what type of conic section this is. Let's see. First, I know that they're both squares, so it's, parabolas are out. I know that there's a minus, so therefore it has to be a hyperbola. Remember, the way that I memorize if it's a hyperbola, if there's a minus, I just think of that as the little bar for the H, hyperbola. And also helps me to remember what the hyperbola looks like. So first, I need to be able to find my center. To be able to find your center, that'll be your H and your K. So in this case, my X, be careful because sometimes the hyperbola will be flipped. So the Y will be first instead of the X. But in this case, your H will be a -2 and your K will be a 1. So -2 and up 1. Now under the X there's a 25, so therefore the value of A will be 5. I'm going to go to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, if it's under the X, you go sideways. If it's under the Y, you'll go up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now I'm going to find my corners. So this is my corner, my corner, my corner, and my corner. And I'm going to make my box. Now if you don't want to draw the box and you just want to connect your corners to be able to form your asymptotes, that's fine as well. But for now I'm just going to go through the whole process. And I'm going to connect my corners all the way through. And those are called the asymptotes. The asymptotes are helpful because that's going to help you guys sketch your hyperbola correctly. Make sure that you make it all the way through. I need my hyperbola to go all the way through, even outside the graphs, and even to all the way to the other side. We can just follow up. So on your test, I expect you guys to go through all the way through on your hyperbola. Now, I need to decide if my hyperbola is going sideways or if it's going up and down. You just need to say which one's first. In this case, whether the X or the Y, the X square is first. Basically, that's the one that's positive. So your hyperbola will be facing sideways. If the Y is first, or if the Y is positive, in this case it's negative, then it will be going up and down. So I'm going to start on my vertex, and I'm going to go towards my asymptote, but never touching it. I'm going to run that up here. I'm going to go towards the asymptote, but never going to touch it. Same thing here. I'm going to start my vertex, going towards the asymptote, but not touching it. And I'm going to go through, and it's going to get closer and closer to the asymptote, but it's never going to touch it. Now I need to find my focus. To find the focus, I need to find the value of C. So I need to find C, because C will be the distance from your center to your focus. We have the equation C squared is equal to A squared. This is a negative, so therefore my equation will have a plus for the focus. I have B squared. So C squared is equal to 25 plus 4. So C squared is equal to 29. So therefore C is approximately, let's see, 5 times 5 is 25, that's too small. 6 times 6 is 36, too big. So is 29 closer to 25 or to 36? It's a little closer to 25, so let's say 5.4. So therefore my focus is 5.4 units inside the hyperbola. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.4. Now there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to be able to find the asymptotes. So to be able to find the equations of the asymptotes, we're going to use the point slope form, which is y and the h, this is the k, equal to plus or minus my slope, which will be a fraction. Then we have the x and the number. Now, this will be your h and your k. We basically need to be able to find a point that both lines cross through, which will be your center. So I'll be -1 for the k and +2 for the h. Now some of you guys say, no, can I just grab it, y minus 1 and x plus 2? That actually works very well. So if you just want to place y minus 1 and x plus 2, you can do that as well. Now, I need to be able to find my slope. My slope will be my rise over my run, which is your y over your x. So that'll be 2 over 5. Or will be up to and over 5. One positive and negative. Remember, we are finding the equations of those asymptotes. We have one that has a positive slope and one that's a negative slope. Now, if I want to be able to solve for y, I can just distribute. Well, first separate into two equations, distribute and go through the process. But for now, this will be perfect.